You see here we've got, now this is recyclable, this is great, but it's half full, so it's wasted food. Coconut water, fantastic for you, 100% pure, and it's thrown away half full. We waste a huge amount of the food we buy. It's very difficult to tell if this is recyclable or not. And I think that's one of the problems, that people want to recycle, but they don't know which bag it should go in, what is recyclable, what isn't. It's different all over I don't know about New York, whether we find these signs confusing, whether we're not being told clearly. But I believe, certainly in London, in England, it's different as you go through the country. There are different ways of collecting garbage, there are different methods, and it's just confusing for everybody. I know that people would like to be able to do the right thing, and I think it's up to the authorities to make sure that anything that's manufactured clearly tells you what to do with it. This can be recyclable, this cannot be. And then I hope when we come to buy something, we'll look at it and say, that can't be recyclable, I'm not going to buy it.
I'm not going to bother with it.
Yeah.
So it's not just consume, consume, consume.
That's right. That seems to be what's getting us into trouble.
And you personally, have you cut back on your consumption of goods?
I've always been like that.
Yeah? Not a big shopper, not a big spender?
No, my wife has always taken some comfort in the fact that I never really throw anything away. I get huge pleasure from mending things. I get very angry when I have something which breaks down and I take it to get it repaired, and they say, oh no, you can't repair this, it's actually cheaper to buy a new one. I say, well, it may be cheaper to buy a new one, but is it better to buy a new one?
So what have you mended? Like what?
Oh, well, my motor cars are all incredibly old.
Really, your cars?
Yeah. I mean, I have quite a few cars because I have quite a few places I live, but they're all, I think the youngest is 10 years old, and the oldest is 34 years old. And we just keep repairing them. I have an old Land Rover which I use, and we keep welding it up and putting it together and, replacing.
Does that hold true for clothing and things like that? I mean,
well,
do you darn socks?
Look at it. This jacket is 30 years old.
It is not.
It is. Scarf. Do I darn? I can't darn, but I do get clothes mended. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. If there's a hole in a sweater or whatever, I get it darned. And I actually think that's quite chic.
It's chic.
It's chic, but it also pleases me. It pleases me, and I don't want to throw away a knitted sweater if it has a couple of moth holes in it. I'd rather darn it. They look quite nice, and it gives it longer life. I hate this business of, just as an attitude, I hate this business of, oh, something's not quite perfect anymore, I'll throw it out. Whether it's a sweater or whether it's marriage, I think we have to keep repairing ourselves. I mean, we're doing it all the time, aren't we? Trying to keep healthy. And I think we should do the same with things.